Another successful day of not being a bum. I got everything I need to get done today. And today is a special day because today I finished the ad for our product, which is the Snake, the AI piano teacher, which you can view at plugandplink.com. The video will be out in a few weeks when we start running our Facebook ad campaign, which I will tell you how to see when it comes out. But that leads us to today's topic, which is on how to make seemingly big things actually digestible and realize that these big tasks in our mind are actually quite small and manageable. And very simply, the way that you do that is by taking it out of in here where all the emotion is attached to it and onto paper. So when we leave a task for a long time, the task starts to get bigger and bigger and scary, and we leave it. Before we know it, something that's actually very reasonable to do becomes this impossible thing. But by simply writing down, not even for yourself, as if it was for this hypothetical other person to do, like you're not even worried about actually completing the task yet, just writing down how you would tell them to complete the task is a very handy tactic, because it forces you to get it out of your head and onto paper. And once you do it, you realize that the task at hand is actually, fairly straightforward, and it isn't a million steps. It's probably realistically more 5 or 6. And yeah, this tactic makes things much more easier to complete. I had to do it with this ad. I'd left it over Christmas, and it started to be this, as any task is, once if you leave it midway, it becomes this giant big deal. And yeah, so naturally this was the case for me, and it got to a point where I just needed to write, like, okay, if I'm not doing this because this is just too scary for me right now. What if I were to offload this to someone else? What would I tell them to do? I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll tell them to do this, and tell them to do this, and tell them to do this. And actually, I realized that it was, about 5 or 6 things. It was very, very manageable. And even within those tasks, there were certain things like, there was 2 VFX shots that I needed to get done, and I also bigged them up to be like, oh, they're massive. Like, I need to pay someone on Fiverr to do it for me or something. But actually, after trying and failing to find anyone decent, I was like, no, what actually does this consist of? And just writing, like, okay, so I need a shot and a TikTok template over it, and I know I've never done it before, but like a counter on there, and I actually realized, oh, this is a very digestible shot. And I was looking for someone to do the shot on Fiverr, and actually I did it in one morning. It's only a 2-second long shot, but I thought it was going to take days and explaining and all of this stuff. So actually breaking something down is almost like a form of planning, because it allows you to see the task a lot clearer than just, as I said before, like in your mind. You get very emotional around it. There's a lot of fear attached to it, and it doesn't let you think and see things logically. So yeah, that's today's little tip for helping seemingly big tasks actually become small and digestible. So yeah, see ya.